Hey guys, and welcome back to Arsenal Fan TV, where in this feature we're going to be taking a look at Arsenal's trip to the Hawthorns against Tony Pulis's West Bromwich Albion side. And it should be a difficult game, but nonetheless it comes as welcome relief following the international break. The return of the Premier League really is an exciting time for Arsenal, considering we're still level on points with Manchester City at the right end of the Premier League table. And we've got some very winnable fixtures coming up, starting with this trip to the Hawthorns. We've got Norwich coming up, we've got Sunderland coming up, and Aston Villa, all games which we have to be picking up maximum points in. And after a disappointing result at home to Spurs a couple of weeks ago, the 1-1 draw, it wasn't the result that we all wanted. And given that City could only muster a 0-0 draw at Villa Park, it was an opportunity for us to leapfrog them in the table, and unfortunately we did miss out on an opportunity to go 2 points clear at the top of the league. But we're still in a great position, in my opinion, as long as we win these games that we're meant to over the coming weeks. When it comes to facing Man City in mid-December, if we're able to beat them, that would really make us serious title contenders. So it's an exciting time to be an Arsenal fan, and with all these fixtures coming up, which we should be expecting maximum points in, then I really am excited to see how this Arsenal team will fare going into the new year. And considering we've got some injured players potentially coming back into the fold in the coming weeks, it really is looking prosperous for Arsenal. Now, Aaron Ramsey and Oxlade-Chamberlain were rumoured to be back for this game, but personally I don't think they're going to pull through. I haven't heard Wenger's press conference just yet. It would be great if those players can feature in this game. Oxlade-Chamberlain would provide some much needed relief to someone like Joel Campbell. The spotlight really has been on him recently. And Aaron Ramsey, we know that he's invaluable to this Arsenal side, and it would be great to see him come back into the team. But the one player that I'm looking at that Arsenal really need in this game is Hector Bellerin. Both defensively and attackingly, he's so influential to our play, and it'd be vital if he's back for this game. He can provide so much to the side, and I think if Campbell does start, then Hector Bellerin really will be an influence to him, as we saw in that game against Swansea, where I thought Campbell put in a very exciting performance, and I'd like to think that Bellerin did play a big part in that. Now, one thing that has been in the headlines recently is the burnout, supposedly, of Alexis Sanchez, and if that is the case, then, I mean, should we be resting him for this game at the Hawthorns? In my opinion, we can't really, because we haven't really got any player to bring in for him. If Chamberlain was fit, then maybe you could bring in Chamberlain for Alexis Sanchez and play Joel Campbell on the right-hand side. But at this moment in time, unless you want to play Alex Iwobi there, which I don't really see as a good alternative to Alexis Sanchez, doesn't really seem like a good idea in my opinion. So I'd stick with Alexis Sanchez on that left-hand side, see how well we're doing after 60 minutes, then drag him off for someone like Iwobi possibly. But we haven't really got a choice to play Alexis Sanchez, and that's kind of due to our lack of depth and all the injuries that we've got at this moment. And you could play Kieran Gibbs possibly on that left-hand side, given that he got the goal against Spurs, but I mean, how seriously do we want to be taken if we're playing Gibbs on that left-hand side? It could be something to look into, but it's not something that I buy into personally. He got the goal against Spurs, but I'm not too sure how he'd fare on the left wing for a whole 90 minutes. But it's something to look into. My Arsenal team in full would be Petr Cech in goal, Bellerin if he's fit, Gabriel, Koscielny, Monreal, Coquelin, Cazorla, Joel Campbell, Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez and Olivier Giroud. That should be enough to see off West Brom. Get your team lineups in the comments below, but it will be a difficult game. West Brom have got some very good attacking players like McManaman, Rondon, who they bought in the summer. He looks like a very exciting player that they've got on their hands there. And Saido Berahino, we can't forget him after his whole debacle throughout the summer transfer window. So it's an exciting array of players that Tony Pulis has got, and of course they have got Serge Gnabry, who won't be able to play in this game because he's playing against his current employer still in Arsenal, as he's on loan. But it's a shame what's happening to Gnabry really at West Brom, just touching on that topic really, because he's not really been given the opportunity by Tony Pulis, and we know what Gnabry was capable of when he was getting goals against the likes of Swansea in his really breakthrough season for Arsenal, and we know what a talent he is, and I really do feel that he's not suited to the type of football that Tony Pulis plays. With all respect to Pulis, defensive football really does seem to be something that works with him and is working for West Brom this season, but Gnabry doesn't really seem to fit their style of play, and I do fear that chances could be few and far between for him. I just hope it doesn't really hinder his progress, but it's a big game for us, I think, and like I say, given the disappointing result against Spurs, it's a game that we've got to be winning, and with Norwich, etc. coming up, games that we should be getting maximum points in, this has got to be the start of a very good run of form, or a continuation of the excellent run of form that we've been on over the past couple of months. So get your score predictions in the comments box below, but more importantly, I would love to hear your team lineups on this one. Please do subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV if you're new to the channel. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, and as always, we'll be speaking to you soon.
Arsenal Fan TV, just down here at Wembley. I think this is magnificent what they've done here at Wembley, in solidarity with the people who lost their lives in France. They've